Hi.
Hi.
8 years ago, I got infected with Lyme disease, and it went underdiagnosed by doctors. I became chronically ill with this mystery diagnosis until about 7 months ago. They told me it was finally Lyme disease, and it became so chronic that it had got into every part of my body. Every organ of my body became neurological. I developed severe neurological issues where I couldn't even hold a conversation like this without stammering and stuttering. I was actually going through speech therapy, and it wasn't working. And it almost killed me 2 years ago. It created a heart block, and my heart rate got down to 12 beats per minute and would have stopped completely if it wasn't for the atropine and God really providing for me. And my neurological issues have continued to get worse and worse and worse. So as I would live in a tunnel vision, I used to have really good peripheral vision, and my neurological issues got so bad that I literally could see, it was like blinders on each side. And it was hard for me to develop any kind of relationships because I would meet somebody new, and the moment I turned their back, I would forget their face, like I had never even saw them. And I've been going to your morning sessions, and the first day, you were giving the words of knowledge. Different people were giving words of knowledge, and a man, I don't know his name, and he said God showed him somebody has severe pain on the right side of their head. And that's one of my major symptoms. It felt like a sharp stabbing pain on the right side of my brain, inside my brain. And it's actually from the bacteria infection in my brain. And I had just been crunched over because this pain was so intense right before he said that. And so another woman had mentioned somebody else has a problem with her tongue, and I've had some kind of crazy thing going on with my tongue that's been causing severe pain too, and I could test that out better. After she prayed for me, I could tell if it was still hurting or not, so I was trying to find her. And when it was time to go up for her, she was completely covered, and I couldn't get to her, so I figured I'd go to the other guy that was open. And he prayed for me, and he stopped like you told him to, and he said, "What are you feeling?" And I said, "I feel air just going around in my head." He said, "Yes, Lord, more of that." And I had my eyes closed, and just tears just started pouring down my face, and I opened my eyes, and my brain has never been more clear. So much as my new friend Sherry had been sitting beside me the whole morning, and she also got a word for her over her lungs. And before that, I wouldn't have remembered that. So we were coming here for the first night session, and I saw her. I said, "How are your lungs? Did you get touched?" And I would have never remembered her. And we've developed such a friendship. And I'm developing friendships that I've seen other nights, and I wouldn't have remembered them. And I don't just remember their faces, I remember their names and everything else. And tonight, during the last session when everybody was getting prayed for, a man came up to talk to me, to pray for me. And he said, "I want to pray for you for Lyme disease." And he just started praying for me, and I became so hot that I actually started sweating. It felt like I was just enveloped in this flames, and I screamed because it scared me because I felt like I was on fire. I've had chronic, just severe pain every inch of my body. Actually, the Lyme disease created 5 different digestive diseases. I would swallow food so much as a granola bar, and I felt like I living with a heart attack almost every single day with every meal I had. And he prayed for me, and I hit the floor feeling like I was burning to death. And just tears and tears and tears. And when I stood up, I was in awe. I was just doing this because I am completely 100% pain-free. My mind is just completely clear.
God bless you. Oh, that's so awesome. Wow. It's amazing